Well, hello and welcome everybody. Randy Replay back. We're going to do this in the mid-transition. Randy Replay back at it again. If the playoffs were to start today, this is what they would look like. A lot of tight spaces here in the NFC. One win separates the 7th seed Cardinals from the 1st seed Dallas Cowboys, and we're going to figure out how Minnesota shapes up into this whole thing over the next 3 weeks. Across the top of the screen, well, 4 weeks rather, what you see is what you get. We're at home tonight against the Colts, and then next week, Christmas Eve, we got the Giants at home in the Winter Wonderland whiteout game. Be sure to wear all white to that. And then we're on the road for week 17 and week 18 the Packers and the Bears. Oh my. So like we normally do, we'll get into the injury report. Minnesota's relatively healthy. Sans Eric Kendricks done for the season. Paris Campbell is out with a dislocated elbow. And Jimmy Garoppolo, or Jimmy Garoppolo, however you want to say it, he's out for the rest of the way with that fractured elbow. So Minnesota not going up against Jimmy Garoppolo here today. So I would be interested to see who is the starting quarterback over yonder. Indianapolis way, real quick. And we'll take a look at that now. It's going to be Nick Foles, the 64 rated out of 100, of course, quarterback. So obviously a pocket passer. They're going to rely heavily on their running back, Jonathan Taylor Thomas III. Minnesota, you just got to keep playing your game. You're one win out of the number 1 seed. If Dallas wins and you win, you very well could have the number 1 seed. Currently, we are the 4th. Minnesota's defense has been very, very good here in the last couple weeks, allowing them to secure victory last week against the Motor City Kitties. But one win isn't going to do it. If Minnesota wants to have the best shot, they got to win out the rest of the way. Cousins, you can't turn the ball over. And, Dalvin keeps cooking and Minnesota's defense keeps defending. We're in the playoffs. Like we said, if you're under 7 wins after this week, you are out looking in. So it's very tight here in the NFC, and it's going to get tighter, we think, because everybody is vying for that top spot. This has been Randy Replay. Kickoff is next. And hello and welcome back, everybody in the field. Justin Jefferson surpassed 2,000 yards on the season last week, and he's one gritty away from 20 on the year. This Colts offense will look pretty different with Nick Foles at the helm, but you got to have that next man up mentality. Jimmy Garoppolo not playing here tonight. So relying heavily on Jonathan Taylor Thomas is the play if you're an Indy fan. And for Minnesota, it's this guy right here, Kirk Cousins, the flashy Costco quarterback. We've seen good things. We've seen bad things. He's so up and down. And if this team continues on the trajectory they are at, we are not in the running for one of the top QBs this offseason. So you got to make a decision. What are you going to do in the draft? What are you going to do in free agency? And are you going to go in next season with Kirk or not? And that's going to be answered as it unfolds. But this is who we're talking about today. Justin Jefferson having a hell of a season. And we're just in it 1 week at a time. Teams are ready. Moments ago, there's Greg Joseph putting the ball on the tee currently. Live look. And this game is just about ready to get underway. Of course, Minnesota's got 2 games at home. This one and then next week, it's going to be Christmas Eve against the Giants. So Greg Joseph, Kablooey. It's underway. And must-win games from here on out. Minnesota, you might as well think about running the table. If you don't, take your starters out and plan for the draft. But anyway, here comes Nick Foles. Minnesota's faced him a couple times in his illustrious career. 1,066 yards, 3 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. So not the best answer at quarterback. Obviously, they want Jimmy Garoppolo out there, but he's not out there for this one. And we'll see what happens as we move forward in this game. So the 4-3 defense starts for Minnesota. Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. Foles. Snap. Give. Shot down right side. Jordan Hicks. Jonathan Taylor just a gain of 3. And Hicks got him pretty much untouched there. And it'll be another run to the aforementioned Jonathan Taylor. And Ryan Kelly's down now. So another injury for this already banged up Indianapolis Colts team. And oh my goodness. Having some issues here with the Colts. With injuries, Minnesota's had their fair share, and my heavens, it just continues. So here we are, Nick Foles under center, Taylor behind him. It's a give. Nope, it's play action. Throws out right, caught to Jonathan Taylor, who will shed a tackle and get 8 yards on that little out route to Jonathan Taylor. We call him Jonathan Taylor Thomas. And here we go. 4-3 defense comes out to play for Minnesota. It's a run. Jonathan Taylor, 3rd and inches. He did not get the first down. So Minnesota. Minnesota comes out now looking to show the blitz. It looks like it's a throw caught right side. Big hit put on Lewis Seen, and that will be, I do believe. Well, either way, it's a catch. Jalen Johnson on the tackle. Minnesota's 4-3 defense comes out once again. It's a toss to Jonathan Taylor Thomas. He will be brought down by a weird tackle, but brought down after a 1-yard gainer. In Minnesota, we line up to do it again. Foles from the gun. It's another run. Jonathan Taylor puts the ball on the ground. Get the ball, they do. Minnesota will get the ball back. Dalvin Tomlinson finally falls on it. Jordan Hicks will cough the ball up. Will make the fumble, rather. And Jalen Johnson just kind of backed up. Oh, he was down, I think. They might call this down. For now, it's a turnover. Kirk Cousins and company coming out onto the field. And we'll see what they want to say here. For Kirk, 5,800 yards, 46 touchdowns, 43 picks. And the ruling on the field is a fumble. This might get overturned. I know Detroit's looking at it. And, well, we get a late booth review. Well, yeah, he's down. The knee was down. Jordan Hicks. And that's a really, really long time to look at a play. It really is. Get the call from the ref.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the ruling on the field is reversed like we knew it was going to be, and it's 3rd and 8. Foles from the gun. Jonathan Taylor Thomas to his right. Foles will get the snap. They're looking, still looking. Foles still looking, throwing. Batted away. Well, actually hit. Trayvon Diggs will cause the incompletion, and my goodness, how did he have that much time back there? So either way, a 49-yard attempt, right hash, snap spot kick. It is good. So 3-0 Indy. And Brandon McManus will put him up 3-0. So now Kirk Cousins will just be getting ready to come out here. 12:07 left to go first quarter. Cordero Patterson from his own goal line. And what kind of a role does Cordero Patterson play in this team going forward? There comes Kirk. After the kind of weird start to the last drive. With that review. And Kirk will go down. It's a sack. Paye and Quiddy Pay, rather, will be the one to bring him down. Loss of 15. He saw something. Just went the wrong way. Bradbury got steamrolled. We've been talking about it all year. Offensive line, one of the worst in the NFL. Kirk Cousins from the shotgun. Throws, dropped. Threw it into pretty bad coverage, and here we go again. 3rd and 16 now. Cousins from the gun gets the snap. Looks and throws. Caught Thielen. Not able to get there. And force a punt. A 1-minute drive. So Ryan Wright. Almost blocked. It's a fair catch. And Nick Foles will take over at the 31. Press coverage is deployed by the Vikings. Foles from the gun. Taylor behind him. Foles looking, runs right into Danielle Hunter, who can't bring him down. And he throws it away. Danielle Hunter could not bring down Nick Foles. The fix is in, boys. What in the world was that all about? Well, anyway, here we go. We do it again. The Foles from the gun. Snap corralled. Brought down this time by Danielle Hunter. He'll get him. He was looking for some revenge from that last time. And this time Danielle Hunter came through with vengeance and threw down Nick Gary Foles into the turf. Almost head first. My heavens. Anyway, it forces a punt, and Minnesota's defense will collect their first sack of the day. I do believe that is Danielle Hunter's 8th on the year. And Cordero Patterson will wave the hands for the fair catch. And Minnesota takes over from the 18. Cousins will start off in the gun again. Gets the snap, throws, and it's picked. We're going to go back and take a look. And it takes multiple people to bring down the more of... Oof. And we're gonna see what happened here. There's obvious miscommunication. And that is a pick by Moore. And we get the beauty of Randy Replay's replay drone. We're going to take a look at Adam Thielen right here. Got jammed. Maybe just beat him to the point. As soon as he's turned, man, I think Kirk Cousins just missed him. Oof. Horrible spot to miss, especially when across the field you got KJ Osborne, or Dalvin Cook, rather, coming open for a touchdown. By the time he threw it, he didn't see it, but oh boy. Yeah, either way, a missed opportunity. Jonathan Taylor's in the backfield here. Gets the snap, does Foles. He looks right. He throws right, caught, and a touchdown. So Javon Holland will bring down Ashton Doolin, but it will be in the end zone. Another good throw by Nick Foles, who is looking like Tom Brady out here. Jalen Darden, who was on the Minnesota Vikings practice squad, he caught it as the snap is good. 10-0. Minnesota in jeopardy, going down here. More points. You got to get something defensively. Nick Foles from the gun. Snap corral. Throws! And DJ Wanham just giving up the coverage to Jonathan Taylor. That's not even his guy. And all of a sudden, Nick Foles, DJ Wanham will just give up the touchdown. You're matching stride with him, and then at the goal line, you give it up. Just to make it 17-0, 4 minutes left to go first quarter. Snap spot kick. Well, it's all good. this drive. Adam Thielen doing very, very well here. Cousins from the gun. Snap corralled. Throws it for Thielen is picked. So the fourth first quarter interception. Oh. So the Vikings go no huddle. Cousins from the gun. Weird snap is corralled. Throws for JJ, caught. We get a gritty, the 20th touchdown of JJ's season. My heavens. And we've been looking for this for a while now. Last week he didn't have any touchdowns. And Cousins hits him here. And hopefully gets some of this confidence back. As this team will now obviously be spiked in morale as Greg Joseph will put the ball through. And it's 17-7. Then Greg Joseph's range. The bad thing is you want to get a touchdown. Just go get it. So Kirk Cousins looking, throwing, and it is Adam Thielen again. His fourth catch for a third down conversion in this quarter, it feels like. He's been contributing on third down here today, and my heavens, what an alarming rate. Cousins trying to get him to jump. Looking, throwing for Thielen! Caught! Touchdown, Vikings! And with Kirk Cousins, you're either going to float it over the defender, or you're going to throw it right at him. This time he overthrows to Thielen, and he has to extend, but I'd rather have that than a pick. Oh, fully extended. Adam Thielen, touchdown, Minnesota. So Kirk Cousins now on the day. 2 touchdowns, 4 picks. And Minnesota just about to be down by 3, pending the kick. Snap spot. Kick is away. Angles to the right a bit, but it is all good. So Minnesota down 3, 17-14. The defense is doing their job, forcing 3 3-and-outs in the past 3 drives. The first down call. So here we are again. Nick Foles from the gun. Looks, throws, picked. It's Taylor Rapp with his second interception in purple. And Taylor Rapp will bring us to plus territory. He's going to move something out of the way. I don't know what he's doing, but either way, Taylor Rapp will collect his second pick of the season on an errant Nick Foles throw. And the Skull Chance will reign. And there you go. You heard him. Now Greg Joseph for a 49-yarder right hash. This to tie the game. Snap spot kick. It is good. Sneaks into the right side. So it's 17 all after the Greg Joseph field goal. Technical difficulties coming through. Either way, it's another first and goal for the Indianapolis Colts. As Foles will look. Throws. Batted away. On the way to the ground, Trayvon Diggs. There to play the tight coverage. That's what they've been doing all season with him. Leads the league in interceptions at 21, I do believe. And my heavens, it's been a year for him. Foles will look and throw. Dropped. Oh, my heavens. We got lucky as the defender kind of just stopped. Excuse me. Must be this bad soda I'm having. The defender really stopped. Now they'll drop DJ Wanham in coverage. Nick Foles looking. Throwing, caught. Carlton Davis right away will bring down Dolan. He's got a touchdown here today. And this to put him up 20-17, 2:56 and counting left to go here in the first half. This is a chip shot. Snap spot kick. It is all good. And Cameron Dantzler not able to get a blocked kick this season. So 2nd and 10. Cousins from the gun. Snap corralled. He's got a man left side. It's JJ. Caught. Sheds a tackle. Second gritty of the days. He waves goodbye to the defender. And Justin Jefferson will score a touchdown. Vikings to put him back up. 2:13 left to go. I mean, you just can't press JJ. You cannot press JJ. We've seen it over and over again, and the icing on the cake here, this little wave goodbye to Moore, I do believe, who's number 20. picked him off earlier in the game. We're going to go back on the replay drone and fact check Randy's work, because if he made this call, this is such a good call. There's the throw. And it is indeed, it's not, it's cross. Oh boy. Well, either way, right here, he waves goodbye to cross. And this is an image that will be engraved in every Vikings fan's memory banks. Waving goodbye as he takes a dive. Right here. Screenshot it if you like. And there you have it. So Minnesota now, we should probably get back to live action, shouldn't we? Minnesota to go up by 4. There's the kick. It's good. 24-20. So we think we have it. We'll take a peek. Nick Foles from the empty set. Snap corralled. Looks, throws, wide open, caught. Brian Pringle. Supposed to have somebody in the middle of the field, and we don't. Oh boy. So Brian Pringle will put the Colts up, this to make it a 3-point game on the other side. Snap spot kick is good. 27-24 now. Oh boy. So back and forth we go here. The fourth lead change in the game. And Patterson with a very, very returnable kick. Just scoot his butt down. 10 seconds left to go in the quarter. And actually in the half. Oh no. That was a good drive by Indianapolis. Minnesota kind of got caught on their laurels there defensively. And Dalvin Cook will run it to the right side for 7. And that should all just about do it. Minnesota gets the ball on the other side of this break. And Nick Foles winning a Super Bowl in this building not too long ago. He's looking to win here. He's got his team up 3 going into the first halftime. Well, the only halftime. But anyway, looking around the league, the 49ers took care of business against the Seattle Seahawks. The Bears, of course, play the Eagles. That one is highlighted down there on the bottom of your screen. Bunch of games going on. For some reason, don't have the scores for them. And then the Titans will play the Chargers. The other game we're worried about is the Lions and the gosh darn Jets. And I'm pretty sure the Rams will take care of the Packers Monday night. Hog, hog, hog. We're all Jets fans here this week. Welcome back into the booth. Randy Replay joining you once again for your first half stats, Minnesota Vikings football. Kirk Cousins, 83.9 QB rating. He was 21 of 33. 302. Looks good. 3 touchdowns, 4 first quarter picks. But since the first quarter, no picks thrown. So, oh boy. Dalvin Cook, 15 carries, 58 yards, 1 broken tackle. Receiving, it's Adam Thielen. 8 catches, 129 and a touchdown. JJ, 7 for 135. 2 gritties here today. Dalvin Cook, 4 for 19. Nobody cares about blocking. Gonna go to defense and look at total tackles. And already Jordan Hicks taking care of business. Double-digit tackles in the first half. He might go for a franchise or league record. I do believe it is set somewhere near the area of 25. If I'm not mistaken. Trayvon Diggs and Lewis Cine with 7 after him. Harrison Phillips and Danielle Hunter will get tackles for loss. We only had 1 sack. Danielle Hunter, I do believe, is 8th on the year. 1 in the first half there. And then Taylor Rapp, I like saying that name, will get the first pick in a couple weeks for him. He's got 2 on the season. A couple pass deflections by Jalen Johnson, 1 by Trayvon Diggs. No forced fumbles, no fumble recoveries, although there was 1. It got called back. No blocks, no safeties, no defensive touchdowns in the first half for the Minnesota Vikings. In the kicking game, Greg Joseph, 1 for 1 from 49, 3 for 3 on extra points. Looks like his misses are, for all intents and purposes, behind him. Randy Replay's keys to the second half. Just keep doing what you're doing. The defense could tighten up a little bit, but I mean, all in all, you're playing a pretty good game. Defensively, I would like to see a couple more turnovers here, maybe a couple more sacks, but either way, just keep doing what you're doing. Force these punts that I do believe we forced 3 of them in the first half. by the Colts. We're going to go take a look at the punting game, for Rigoberto Sanchez. He's got 4 punts, 179. Ryan Wright only having to punt once, and that is to attest to Adam Thielen's clutch ability to catch third down balls for first downs. Only 1 punt for Ryan Wright in the first half. That is a team low here this season. Go out and get it. You're down 3. Plenty of football left. Go stack on some points and suffocate defensively. This has been Randy Replay. I will see you in just a minute. Our gain from the 38. We got a 2nd and 9. Cousins will retreat to the gun. Snap corral. Looks middle. Throws JJ. Caught. First down? Question mark? No. And Cousins wants a flag. He got hit as he let the ball go. Wow! You see his arms flutter as soon as he gets the hit. We're going to take a look. You guys decide right here. Ball releases. And this ball is 15 yards down, 10 yards downfield almost. And right here, he throws his hands up like, I want a flag. And as he gets up, he looks around like, what in the actual malarkey is going on here? So Kirk Cousins, is he justified in requesting a flag? Of course, Randy being biased, I would say yes. That ball is definitely out of his hands. And here's another screenshot for you. Wanting a flag or going in for a hug, you decide. From the gun. Snap, throws, picked. Oof. Another interception. This time it's Leonard. Ooh, going for KJ, it looked like, just not able to put enough underneath it. And Foles remains in the gun. You see it. Looks, runs, and it is Danielle Hunter with his 2nd of the game. Should be 9th of the season. And last half of the year, Danielle Hunter is really, really coming on here as an elite pass rusher for the Vikings. And chasing down Nick Foles as of right now. Having a good game. So Nick Foles remains in the gun. Excuse me. Shotgun snap, looks middle, throws, caught. And not going to get the first down. That'll bring up 3rd and 11. So now you have an opportunity. Minnesota showing blitz. Danielle Hunter trying to guess that snap count. He's hungry for another one. Nick Foles choosing to throw it away. Good coverage down the field. We had a QB spy, and this will force a field goal to make it 30-24. Snap, spot, kick. Well, it's all good. In the slot. Cousins, snap, corralled. Got a man left side. It's JJ. How many times are we going to see this? Down to the 15. And Kirk Cousins, you float that a little bit more. Be standing near the end zone. He walked up into it. Just put a little bit too much underneath. And either way, it is a first down. So Minnesota taking a shot. Again. 2nd big catch for JJ in this game. And we got a first down inside the Monster Air red zone. Dalvin spins out of a tackle left side. He'll stutter and then get 6 yards. So Dalvin, for all intents and purposes, having a really, really good day here today. Just north of 80 yards after that one. So 2nd and 4. Kirk Cousins under center still. Give us to Dalvin. Spins out of another tackle. Gets down to the 2. 89 yards now for little Dalvin. Nelly. So little Dalvin be cooking. Don't get it confused with little Debbie, but he is a snack. So Kirk Cousins under center, stomps his left foot. Man in motion is JJ. It's the pesky end around, and JJ will wave goodbye again. And he's going to call his team over, and they're going to they're going to do a little dance, and Minnesota Vikings will score a touchdown. JJ, my Evans, what a play call. And there's another wave. He's been waving to everybody. I'm surprised he didn't do it on the big catch. This to put him up once again. There's the kick. It is good. Soda's got a scheme for that. 4-3 defense comes out to play. Vikings. Foles looks, throws, open, missing tackles. All over the place are the Vikings. All of a sudden, it's like we can't tackle. It's like we have a stigmata, a fear, we're in a class and we've been called up to write something on the board, but we got something going on downstairs. We're scared. Anyway, Nick Foles looking, throwing right side, incomplete. Yeah. Broadcast camera kind of caught in a weird situation there. Back to normal we go. So here we are. Foles and company looking to punch it in. Cam Bynum coming on the blitz. It's a throw. Right side for Jonathan Taylor. And a no gainer. So now Minnesota. Do it again. And you force him into a weird predicament. We'll see what they can do here. So the ever-important 3rd and goal. Foles from the gun gets the snap. Looking. Down he goes. DJ Wanham. Dalvin Tomlinson, rather. And Darius. So this will hold him to 3. Opportunity to put him up by 2 in the 3rd quarter. Snap spot kick. That's good. So Minnesota will hold them to a 3-point opportunity, which the Colts will then turn and convert that opportunity into points to the tune of 33-31. 2:41 left to go. Your 3rd quarter, and off the bounce, it goes through the uprights. A 52-yarder. This to waiting. They will. End of 3. So end of 3, Minnesota trying to just wear out this defense maybe. It is 33-31, but Minnesota opportunity to put points on the board here late. So Greg Joseph, 52-yarder near the right hash. Snap spot kick. It is good. Angles to the right ever so slightly, but it sneaks in on the right side. Middle of the field, Nick Foles from the gun. Snap corralled, looks, throws, and nobody can tackle. So Kylan Granson will score. And another lead change here. I just don't know how Lewisine doesn't catch up with him. He's right there. Oh boy. And now it appears that the Colts are going to go for 2 here. Putting them up 41-34 if it's good. Foles will get the snap. He'll look. He'll throw wide open, and it's good. So Ratman will go down for the Colts. Or Raymond, sorry. And they're up 7. Now, Cousins. Barking out orders. Gets the snap. Looks. Throws. Dalvin. Oh, he really tried to juke out Leonard. That's not going to happen. It's very, very hard to. We'll take a look at it. Right here. Tried to juke it. Oh, man. Either way, first down obtained or converted, however you want to look at it. And with 9:41 left to go, Minnesota down a touch. Let's see what they want to do. Cousins sends JJ in motion. Pesky end around will work. And another wave. He will be brought down, but JJ will score another touchdown here today. And he's just looking into that camera back there. And again, 2 receiving touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns for Justin Jefferson. And this to tie the game with 9:28 left to go. Snap spot kick. It is good. So 41 all. The run to Thomas, and Jordan Hicks missed the tackle. He's in, touchdown. Jordan Hicks had the timing and the gap. He just missed the tackle, and Jonathan Taylor will score. Hate to see it. This to make it 48-41. Snap spot kick. It's all gravy. So with 6:37 left, Kirk Cousins going over blocking strategies with Dalvin Cook. Interesting. McManus will kick it away. Patterson 2 yards deep in the end zone will take it. Excuse me, and he won't get very far. Oh boy. Now it's 2nd and 10. The stadium is still quiet, which is what Kirk Cousins and this Vikings offense needs. As there's a fumble and a turnover. And just gonna give up the ball inside the red zone. Kirk Cousins, garbage. As he's about ready to throw. Covered by Indianapolis, close to the goal line. And this game and season. Kids, goodbye. So here we go. Nick Foles from the gun. Gets the snap. Looks left. Looks right. All the time in the world. And Danielle Hunter forces a fumble. But hey, look, there's no Minnesota Vikings to get back to the ball. There's no rush. And he will get down at the 18. But Danielle Hunter will get a sack. And Cam Bynum is being showed for some reason. Nick Foles all the time in the world. But Danielle Hunter is celebrating instead of tapping down the guy who picked up the football. And gotta love the tenacity of the Minnesota Vikings defense. Gotta love it. You have to. It's in the rule book. So Nick Foles from the gun gets the snap. He will give it to Jonathan Taylor Thomas, who will shed like 15 tackles and get down to the 9. Now Jordan Hicks with the tackle. And that'll bring up 3rd and goal. Nick Foles from the gun. Snap corral. Danielle Hunter will almost get there. Big hit Trayvon Diggs, but so we'll hold him to a 3-point opportunity. Make it a 10-point game. 5:19 left. Right hash. 22-yard attempt. It's good. Actually, a 45-yard attempt. It is good, right hash. And my heavens. Cousins under center, gets the snap. Got a man left side. How many times are you going to fully extension? How many times are you going to give up that big play to JJ? And the Vikings will go no huddle again. Kirk Cousins rolling down the field. You got to not press JJ. Kirk Cousins looks, throws, picked. This is going to go for, no, maybe not. Fumble, get the ball. Gosh darn it. Come on. Cross will get, there's no tenacity. Oh my heavens. Yeah, you can tell the confidence is just not there for this team. The offensive line's pretty much washed up. Cousins from the gun, snap corralled, looks, flush, throws it away to avoid the safety. He's going to take a penalty.
Intentional grounding. Offense.
Like, what is he supposed to do here? I mean, you can't take a... And Thielen's trying to calm down Kirk Cousins. He thought he was outside the tackle box. And because it occurred in the end zone, it's a safety. So, Yeah, it's over. It's over. Ryan Wright. After all, Kirk Cousins did not avoid the safety. And Ryan Wright's punt will go to the 32. So now the Vikings driving, trying to get something to hang their hat on a moral victory. Kirk Cousins from the gun, gets the snap, throws left, caught JJ, and a touchdown, Minnesota. So fifth overall touchdown today, 3 receiving, 2 rushing for JJ. And we get the third gritty as he walks right up into the camera guy's grill. I mean, it's good and all, but you're going to be bounced out of the playoffs unless you get some help. Here today, you just didn't play as good as you wanted to, so this make it 60-48. And kick his way, it's good. So a moral victory, if anything else. Minnesota going for a playoff spot. Dalvin Tomlinson visibly frustrated, as you see coming off the field there. And we got the onside kick team lined up. Greg Joseph kicks it, and it's a one-handed scooper for Scarani. And he'll get it. So Minnesota doing the dirty, losing the game. Victory formation deployed by the Colts, and we can just count this thing down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's a big fat L, Jimmy. And hello and welcome back into the booth. You see Trayvon Diggs just prior to going into the tunnel, maybe contemplating his future here in Vikings country, as that marks the first game where Trayvon Diggs did not have an interception. So 14 straight, the streak is broken, just like the hearts of many of Vikings fans and playoff hopes as of now. 60-48 is your final. In a game where turnovers and bad defense once again reared their ugly head. Bad quarterback play by your starting quarterback, who you're paying $35 million a year to. You let Nick Foles, who is sub 70 rated by the NFL, come in here and play like Tom Brady, going for over 404 touchdowns. You did pick him off once. Good for you. But it's not going to get you into the playoffs. So take a look at these player stats. Brought to you by Equinox Wireless. And 81.3 QB rating for Kirk Cousins. He was 38 of 58. That is 65% completion percentage for those of you that did not know do math, or you get the point. Look over here. 574 yards, 4 touchdowns, 6 picks. What a day for Kirk. 30 carries for Dalvin, 138, no touchdowns. JJ 2 for 12, 2 touchdowns for him. In the receiving game, Adam Thielen won the day. 14 catches, 234, and a touchdown. And JJ, 11 catches, 246, and 3 touchdowns on his day. So, JJ will surpass 2,000 yards and 20 touchdowns on the year. And we had two wide receivers over 200 yards today. Dalvin Cook, 8 catches, 43 yards. CP, whatever, you get it. Cordero Patterson, 3 for 28. TJ Hawkinson, 1 for 11, and CJ Ham, 1 for 12 on that big third down. Nobody cares about blocking. Going to go to defense, and the Minnesota Vikings have what we call here on the SSN is a triple-double. Jordan Hicks with 19, Trayvon Diggs with 13, and Lewis Cine with 12 Good to see him back and being in the top 5 of the tackle variety in terms of total tackles, I must say, or add. Carlton Davis with 9, Javon Holden with 7, Brian Asamoah with 7, and Zadarius and Jalen Johnson with 6, all by their little lonesomes. Tackles for loss, we had a bunch here today. 4 by Daniil Hunter, 2 of them by Zadarius and Dalvin Tomlinson. Cam Bynum, DJ Wanham, Harrison Phillips, Javon Holland, and Trayvon Diggs each had 1, of course, piece. Daniil Hunter ended the game with 3 sacks, a season high, rather, for him. And then Zadarius and Dalvin Tomlinson will split 1. Taylor Rapp got a pick early in the game, and we just didn't have that tenacity from the cornerback or the safety position the rest of the way. It was a big play when it was there. It gave us the opportunity to really swing the momentum into our side. We just lost it after that. Pass deflections, 3 of them by Jalen Johnson, 1 of them by Trayvon Diggs in the end zone. Forced fumbles, we had 2 by Garrett Bradbury, apparently, and Daniil Hunter. Recovered, apparently, by nobody. So 1 of them was called back, and the other, the Colts picked up. So, oh boy. No block kicks, no safeties, no defensive touchdowns for your Minnesota Vikings, but the Minnesota Vikings were victim of a safety. It's not going to show up, but Kirk Cousins, rolling out to his right, had to throw it away. I mean, either way, I thought he was outside the tackle box. It was a penalty, and since it occurred in the end zone, it was a safety. And that was your dagger, 360 no-scope, and Minnesota's kicked from the playoffs as of right now, unless we get help from the later games. I mean, it's a crazy whirlwind of the NFC. We mentioned it in the pregame. 1 game separates the 7th seed and the 1 seed, and this is not the time to be losing games. Either way, Greg Joseph 2 for 2 from 52 as the longest, 6 for 6 on extra points. Ryan Wright had an easy day, only had to put his foot into the ball twice. 88 yards, netting 85. And Cordero Patterson, a day to forget in the terms of kick return yardage, 8 returns, 161, longest of 27. Yeah, it just seems like Minnesota, once they get up, they give away the lead. And we've been seeing it all season. Minnesota playing very, very good defense in the first half. And then in the second, they just kind of get relaxed, and they just play this prevent zone cone defense, and it winds up biting him in the proverbial buttocks every single time. Now, I did see a message coming through FanLine. Fines for Randy Replay, possibly. I'm supposed to have a positive demeanor. I'm supposed to not talk bad about the team, but it's very, very hard not to talk bad about a team that is paying a quarterback $35 million to turn the ball over 6 times in 1 game and 20 in the last 3. So please forgive me for speaking my mind. I'm not going to say it, but I'm just going to dumb it down a little bit. It's not a good situation. And this needs to be corrected, whether it be in free agency, in the draft. I mean, you got to get aggressive here and get into the top 10. That is the only way you're going to get some of these top 5 quarterbacks. After the top 5 and Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, you got CJ Stroud up there, and after those guys are gone, it falls off. Tanner McKee is the last really good one, and he's slated to go in the 2nd round. So unless you reach for him, you're not going to get any of these elite guys coming out in terms of top 5 quarterbacks in this draft. So it's a conundrum. And then, of course, the offensive line needs addressing. You have 11 or 12 picks going into this draft. You have to spend at least 4 of them on offensive line, guys. I do declare. This has been Randy Replay. The proceeding was a presentation of the NFL on the SSN. Any rebroadcast, redistribution, or reusage of said broadcast is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of the NFL, the SSN, or any of its subsidiaries. I'm going to get you back to the main screen. We'll preview next week, and we'll preview what the NFL playoffs look like in just a minute. And hello and welcome back to the main screen. Top middle, you see Minnesota Vikings fall to the Indianapolis Colts 60-48. Minnesota Vikings are now 7-7. And welcoming the New York Giants Christmas Eve Winter Wonderland whiteout at US Bank Stadium. If you are coming to the game, we urge everybody to wear white because Minnesota Vikings will be wearing all white with white decorations spread out around the stadium to signify the Winter Wonderland. The good thing about this week, the Lions lost. So Minnesota's still on top of the NFC North with a 7-7 record. And 3 games left to go here. It's kind of panic mode, as we're going to see what the NFL playoffs were to look like if it were to start today. Minnesota, surprisingly, after losing, goes up. Let me rephrase that. Minnesota, after losing, goes up to the 3 seed. Okay, so we got some help from our friends below deck. And holy smokes, Minnesota now the 3 seed in the NFC. It is a crazy place. We keep telling thee. 1 win separates the 7 seed from the 1st, and Minnesota got some help and has now gone up to the 3 seed. So unless they lose the rest of their games, it's up in the air. It's anybody's race. So there you have it. We do have a weekly award to award. That will go to Justin Jefferson for his 11 carry, 3 touchdown, 2 carry, 2 rushing touchdown performance. Daniil Hunter also getting defensive NFC player of the week. 3 sacks, 1 forced fumble, his best game this season. And across the other way, of course, Jonathan Taylor with 215 and 2 touchdowns there in that one. And then another team that we follow got mentioned, Roquan Smith, in his 11 tackle, 1 sack, 2 pick performance. This is, I do believe, the 3rd time Minnesota has had both players, offense and defense. There's 1 in week 10, there's 1 in week 11, and there's 1 here in week 15. We've had it 5 times total. 6 times total, rather, a player mentioned, and 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 3 times. Okay, sorry, 5 times where we've had a player in the NFC or offensive defense player of the week. Okay, you paying attention? And then 3rd time where we've had both positions mentioned. Got it. Oh, Randy's still reeling from that loss. Yep, nothing new to report, really. We do welcome in Saquon Barkley, so it's one really good running back to the next. And he's got over 1,000 yards on the season. And it's going to be an uphill battle in our last home game of the year. As you see, top middle, we go to Green Bay and Chicago to face the basement dwellers of the NFC North. That's pretty much it. Minnesota, you put your heart on your sleeve, you put your sleeve on your jersey hits the field, and you put out, up until what would be the 3rd quarter, a lackluster performance. Offensively, you go down 17. Right, you score 17 unanswered to tie the game up, and then you give up a couple lead changes going into the 3rd quarter. You come back, you take the lead, you give it up. Okay, you're up 1. Okay, you give it up again. Now you're down 8. All right, you score. Okay, sweet. Then you give up a safety, and Kirk throws interceptions throughout, and you lose. You lose big. So it is what it is. Minnesota still in the playoffs at the 3rd seed despite losing and having a 500 record. Let's take a look at what it means to be in the playoffs here in the NFC. 8-8 or 9-5 rather for the Cowboys. 8-8 for the Giants. 8-6 rather, excuse me, for the Giants. 8-6 for the Falcons, and then the rest of them are 7-7. So 2 wins separate the 7th seed Buccaneers and the 1st seed Cowboys. So there is a little bit more separation, but my heavens, you almost have to win out. The Falcons on a 2-game winning streak. Wow. So there you have it. We'll look around the schedule here for teams that we follow. And obviously, New York plays at Minnesota on New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve. My apologizings. We got San Francisco hosting Washington. They're 2 games out of the last place there. So 7 is the key. I mean, Washington is the 4th seed. If San Francisco topples Washington, they could be looking at a playoff spot if some help happens. So clearly anybody's race here in the NFC. In the AFC, it's a little bit more predetermined and set, as 3 wins separate Buffalo and Baltimore, who, speaking of which, will face Atlanta here. So that's going to be a bird battle down in Baltimore. And then, of course, we have the Chiefs hosting the other bird team, the Seattle Seahawks, 11-3. So it's pretty tight over there in the AFC. KC's putting a little bit of pressure on Baltimore. Now 1 win back. They should be in the 2 seed by now. We'll take a look at the playoff picture and focus on the AFC side. And they haven't really left. So 1 seed Baltimore, 2 seed Kansas City, 3 seed Buffalo, 4 seed Tennessee, 5th seed the Los Angeles Chargers of Anaheim, and then the 6th seed, which is an interesting story, the Lamar Jackson-led Texans. Oh boy. And then, of course, Miami slipping in the back door, or underwater as Dolphins usually do, in the 7th seed spot. We're actually going to end it on the playoff picture. I do believe that's everything Randy Replay has. This has been Randy Replay. We will see you next week, where it is Christmas tidings and the Minnesota Vikings hoping to give you all a gift for Christmas of a victory. And I mean, we could, if Baltimore takes care of the Falcons, we could slide into that 2nd spot with a win. Imagine waking up on Christmas morning, Minnesota Vikings number 2 seed NFC. This has been Randy Replay. I will see you in the next one.